What's up again, guys? Yeah, it's me, your friendly neighborhood Dovahkiin, and welcome back to Let's Play Wasteland 3. And before we begin, be sure to hit on the subscribe button for more great videos. Alright, in the previous vid, we concluded the Nightmare in the Bazaar quest by clearing the warrants of Los Payasos in absolute perfection. Yes, my squad never got damaged for the entire map. Now, the question is it still gonna be the case for this episode? We'll see. Anyway, to highlight the rewards that Flav the Inhaler gave us after finishing the said quest, besides earning a significant rep from the Monster Army, he also gave us this hard-ass skill book. Then, immediately after exiting the bazaar, Charlie Knows, the right-hand man of the incarcerated cartel boss, Farron Brygo, radioed us about his plan to seize it, therefore starting the very hostile takeover quest. Will I side with Charlie and the cartel to invade the bazaar, or defend it for the Monster Army? Let's find out.
Ooh, we should get something hot to drink for the trip home.
We'll come back on our way out.
What do you think? Get your protective gear here!
Dog says I got the pox. Right. That's the kind of flu, right? I welcome you to my house. Make yourself comfortable. My hospitality is law here. Continue.
From my laboratory.
Charlie! Yes, I know of him. The tongue of a jester, but will not hesitate to kill for his boss. Oust here can only mean to kill us all. I thank you for showing this loyalty to the bazaar. Here is a small sum, but this is only a start. Solve this problem for us. Kill Charlie, and a greater reward will be yours. The bazaar will be waiting.
The guests included.
There you are, Red Hats. Glad you could join us here. Opportunity awaits. You ready to take the bazaar with us? Is that so, Red Hats? Shame it has to come to this. Boys, get 'em!
No damage at all. You need Nerd Stuff 7 to open this electronic safe. Nice utility. Okay, let's report back to Flap.
Ooh, we should get something hot to drink for the trip home.
We'll come back on our way out.
Hey,
Dr. Cold Cuts can cure what ails ya.
If you're looking for guns, the Sanctified Piscatelli has the best.
I welcome you to my house. Make yourself comfortable. My hospitality is law here.
From my laboratory in the castle.
Illuminated with the correct amount of prejudice, I hope. Thank you, Rangers. Here, a reward for your efforts. Leaders will be waiting.
I sided with the Monster Army, cause I'm building my rep with the right factions, which will affect the overall story. Aside from that, my discount in this place just got boosted up to 30%, so that's a no-brainer. By the way, as per Quarix, the downside of siding with the Monster Army is that he will not give you his quest, Quarix's Hellacious Journey. Also, since I have Junko Murayama already, I can't have him as the curator of my museum back at Ranger HQ anyway. So missing one quest is fine with me. That said, let's just loot up his mini museum here in the bazaar.
Made it past Telluride today. Found a guy there who sold me some rat jerky. There's a caravan heading for Boulder, and I'm going to try to tag along. Colorado's cold and kind of scary, but there's treasure here too. That guy with the rat jerky, he had like 6 or 7 3DO cartridges just lying around his shack. When I asked him how much for the set, he looked at me like I was crazy. Practically gave them away. You know what? Leaving Arizona might be the best thing that ever happened to me.
This sniper rifle is quite underpowered already. Anyhow, now we come down to the most important thing in his museum, the Tarjan machine, which, needless to say, operates via Tarjan tokens, which you can obtain by repairing specific toasters. And I have 2 of them, but there are still more. The machine provides random buffs to the character interacting with it, and there are temporary and permanent buffs. Obviously, the ones you want to have are the permanent ones, which actually come in perks. So, needless to say, do some saves coming. Alright, let's buff my SMG spec, Raven. Now, my heavy burner, Milk. These are the perks that we learned. Quite OP, right? Anyway, once you get a perk, that specific perk will no longer be available. And there are 3 perks, which means that there is 1 left. As per the other buffs, the temporary ones, status effects to be exact, they are just ain't worth it. By the way, I'll just come back here when I get another token. Alright, back in episode 10, we got a few minor side quests from the NPCs in the bizarre interior. One of them is thicker than water, which was given to us by Randy Gett, whose family is in some sort of hostage situation back at their homestead. Anyhow, Randy is also a mechanic, who we can recruit for our garage back in HQ, on top of the Arapaho mechanics that we already have. So now, let's head out to his family homestead.
For helping out the old Gett family. Homestead is right up the road.
To remind you again, this is Supreme Jerk Mode, the hardest difficulty. And we're not gonna face a gang of hostage takers, but rather something weird has happened here. However, don't fret, cause it's nothing I can't handle.
Wolverine tracks.
to tame that mountain goat because I have Billy and Jean already.
Sending that ransom note was the dumbest idea Corey ever had. Nothing to do for weeks but stare at the walls and babysit these damn kids. By the time Roscoe found the old man's liquor, everybody was ready for a taste. Of course, that's when the boy made a run for it. Didn't get 10 steps before Roscoe shot him down. Everybody started yelling.
Aside from being a unique weapon, the firing mechanism of this flamethrower is unique as well. Instead of the typical cone, it is single target, and it uses up 4 fuels per attack, / 4 shots. As per its range, it's comparable to an SMG. Okay, we're facing more Razorbacks, and this is gonna be relatively easy. But remember that I'm on a roll for a perfect run. So just to be safe, I'm gonna use a decoy. And for this entire video, no damage at all.
Oh, God. Who are you? You're not my family. You go away now. I'm sorting through dreams for my brother. Unless you have some more candies? Yeah, candies! They're the best part. These!
Mercy. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Do you want some of these? They're my very last ones. The gummies say it's okay to chew on them. It's respectful. And they taste so sweet. Okie dokie. No! Mommy said never trust a stranger. Daddy said never take candy from a stranger, but that isn't fair. I want candy! If you bring me some candies, then I will be your friend. There were some candies in the other house, but they're scary doggies. I know. You go get the candies, and I'll stay here. Bye-bye!
Damn, that girl just lost her marbles. Anyway, we must bring her back to Randy. And to do that, as you saw, you don't have to go for the hard-ass skill check. Cause you can simply bring her some severed fingers, aka candies. And the dismembered corpse in the other house can provide us with those.
It's you again!
Oh, gross! What are you doing?
Ooh, those are my favorite flavor! How did you know? Bubblegum and lemonberry surprise! You're the best! Yay! I get to go on a trip! But is it okay if we brought some of my other friends? That one's Spot, and this one's Jill. And they're kind of shy, and they don't like the dark, and I don't want to be alone.
She'll follow us, so let's go back to Randy.
Nia? Nia, is that you? I don't know how to thank you, Rangers. My little sister, safe and sound and all in one piece, but... Wait. What about everyone else? Oh, hell. I was afraid you were gonna say that. But at least you saved Nita. I am grateful for that. Come on, sis. You're safe now. You're okay. Let's get you somewhere warm, yeah? Thank you again, Rangers. Once I get her settled in, I'll come over to your base. Don't know if you still need a mechanic, but, well, it's the least I can do.
Alright, now we're back at Ranger HQ, and let's check out the stuff that we unlocked after getting Randy.
You brought my candies! I'm gonna have some later, when everyone's asleep. Don't tell Mommy.
Why did he have to bring his cannibal sister here?
Never got a chance to thank you properly for saving Nita. I don't know what I would have done if I lost her too. I was thinking on how I could show my thanks and realized I work with cars day in and out, and you all take them into battle. There's a lot of things I learned about how to fix cars and how to break them. Here, let me show you. Happy to be here. I've already been working with your folks here. They'll have all kinds of new goodies for you. See you around.
This is the perk that he taught me. Well, actually, my squad, because everyone in my team got this perk as well.
What do you need? Of course. Let's see if we can find what you want.
We also unlocked this weapon upgrade for the Kodiak. It fires 30 rounds per attack. So the damage is actually 480 to 630, which is quite immense. However, it uses up 6 AP per attack, as opposed to the 4 AP of the stock turret. And I'm using the Kodiak more often than not as a roadkill machine, and not as artillery, so I'm not gonna buy this yet. Okay, I've included weapon modding in the title of this vid, so let's talk about that. Well, just a few pointers actually. Patch 1.4 introduced crafting into the game, and needless to say, weapon and armor mods can now be crafted. But not from scratch, but rather from mods that you already have. So it's more of upgrading rather than creating them out of raw materials. Also, if you're gonna mod something, keep in mind that as much as possible, it should be the end game stuff, or something that you're gonna use for very long, and will not get replaced anytime soon. Because mods get spent once you attach them onto something. In short, you cannot recover them. In relation to that, obviously, if you get high-level mods, save them up for your end game stuff as well. Alright, let's mod my main's shotgun, the Neutralizer. This one is arguably the best shotgun in the game. At level 24, it's obviously an endgame weapon, and it was given to me for free by Zero Pricely, a random merchant who is affiliated with 100 families. By the way, my main is doing tons of damage with this, because it outputs explosive damage, which scales with his explosive skill. Anyhow, I've showcased my mid-game builds back in episode 11, and if you want to check it out, the link is in the description. Going back to modding, I'll just attach anything that fits, but that's fine, because although you can't remove mods, you can always override them. So if I get better ones along the way, I'll just slap them in with no problems. And that is all there is for now. Thanks for watching. Also check out other videos from Sabbath Man Philippines, and don't forget to subscribe. See ya on my next vid. Peace out, y'all.